Hello everyone. Before we get into the topic, let's discuss a picture first. In this picture, who do you think weighs the OC average? In fact, they weigh 70 kilograms. But why do some people look much thinner than others? This is because the value of 1 kilogram fat is 3 times bigger than the same kilogram of muscles. So if you want to lose your weight, there must be something you need to learn to make the process be more effective. So I separate today's topic into 2 parts. First, I will talk about the difference between losing weight, gaining muscles, and burning calories. And then I will give 5 methods about burning calories. So to start with losing weight, I think it's familiar to everyone, especially for girls. However, most of us use the wrong way and even put us at the risk of getting fat again. If we only pursue the beautiful numbers on the scale, what we lose may not be fat. Instead, they may be the water in our body, or worse still, muscles. It can be a long-term plan. So how can we really make a difference in our body shape? Gaining muscles. Gaining muscles means that the protein in our body will be anabolic. The common way is to do moderate or intensive intermittent resistive training. And as we all know that muscle is heavier than fat. So the disadvantage of it is that the number may become bigger while standing on the scale. And the last one, burning calories. The most fruitful way for the non-weights. And what's more, fat will raise the stakes of suffering from disease, such as diabetes. And it doesn't mean that the smaller amount of food you take in, the thinner you will be. Your food intake still needs to be a person should take in one day. In my opinion, burning calories is the balance between losing weight and gaining muscles. So if we want to make our numbers on the scale look more better but still maintain our muscles, what should we do? We can try burning calories. So here are 5 methods of burning calories. And before we talk about the first method, there are 2 formulas you need to know. Basal metabolic rate and total daily energy expenditure, which is also called BNR and Tdee. BNR means that the lowest calories a person consumes in one day if he or she doesn't do any activity. It also means that the lowest calories a person should take in one day. The thinner the person is, the smaller the numerical value is. The more muscles a person has, the bigger the numerical value is. And if you doesn't take in enough amount of food in one day, and your BNR become lower and lower, and it's more difficult for you to lose your weight. Compared with BNR, Tdee is more realistic because it is impossible for us to still for all day. And here are the formula to calculate your Tdee. According to the level of amount of your activity. Everyone will have different numbers. So let's start with the first method, reduce calories intake. It based on how much calories you want to burn. Usually a person who wants to go on a diet will reduce 10 to 20% of he or she's Tdee calories. Tdee. And the second method is to increase calories consumption. The easiest way is to do the aerobic exercise. And you need to choose the high strength one. It needs to be 10 kilocalories per minute, 30 minutes for one time, and 3 times for a week. By the way, it's better for you to longer your activity, your exercise time, than increase the number of times you exercise in a week. And next, reduce carbohydrates and increase protein intake. Both carbohydrates and protein will release the metabolic hormones. The insulin will resist fat breakdown, and the glucagon will promote fat breakdown. But you still need to balance your diet. And fourth, muscle mass cannot be sacrificed. If your power becomes smaller as your carbohydrate intake or reduce the level of your training. But if it doesn't have any adverse effects on you while taking higher levels training with lower calories, then you can step forward on your training plan. No matter what, don't lose your muscles. And the last one, indulge day. Because you reduce the calories intake and do more exercise, 2 weeks later, you will feel that the metabolism is decreased. To strike a balance between them, be nice to yourself once every 2 weeks. By the way, if you take my advice but it still didn't work, it has nothing to do with me. Thank you.